Hi,
Hi,
hey girl, ¿cómo estás? How are you?
muy bien, ¿y usted?
Muy bien también. Awesome. I can hear you perfect. I can see you perfect. We're starting off great today.
Yes,
How are you doing?
I'm doing really, really good. And you?
Good. Hey guys, so today we have a very special guest, Janine Hernandez, and you are currently in Phoenix right now,
I'm
correct?
Phoenix, yeah.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. So author, speaker, mentor, but I mean, you have a lot going on. So I'm so excited to get to talk to you and for people to get to know you. So I am excited. We're going to talk a little bit about you, what inspires you. I like to bring on people here that really show that passion for what they do and what they love because I'm all for, people pursue your passion, do it. Don't let anybody stop you. And you are evidence right here,
Yeah,
that you pursued your passion.
you have to. I wouldn't have it any other way. Every single day, pursue your passions and what you want to do in life.
Exactly. So Janine Hernandez, tell us a little bit about your background, where your family's from, where you were born.
So I am a Colombiana. My parents are from Colombia,
Mhm.
and I grew up in New Jersey, a little town called Perth Amboy, New Jersey. I moved here to Phoenix when I was about 14 or 15.
Mhm.
Lived a couple years in Miami, but I came back. This is home. I love it here. And yeah, I'm a single mommy. I have a 12-year-old. He just turned 12. And aside from that, I just have a lot going on. Books, mentorship, and just everything.
So, and do you still have family in Colombia or no?
Yeah, we have
Mhm.
most of my cousins and aunts and uncles and grandparents are over there.
Oh, nice. That's one of the places that I've always wanted to go to. Do you have a favorite Colombian food?
Empanadas.
Oh, empanadas. But you
Oh,
guys make
yeah.
them different than Mexican empanadas, ¿no es así? How
Yeah,
do you guys make them?
I don't know how to make them, but I know how to eat them. But they're usually filled with like carne and papas and seasonings and all of that. But it's so yummy. I love it.
Yeah, and ours son más dulces. Las empanadas mexicanas son un poco más dulces.
Yeah.
Nosotros de calabaza, empanadas de calabaza, pero sí he comido unas empanadas colombianas y me encantaron.
They're
I
so,
love them. So good.
yeah.
So tell us a little bit about, so quarantine is over here in Arizona, kind of. I don't know if you're going now. I'm still kind of quarantining myself. I'm
Yeah.
not really trusting it. So tell us a little bit about what have you been doing this quarantine?
Oh, I have been utilizing my time efficiently. As
Mm-hmm.
soon as they said we have to stay home, and I started because I was doing a contract job, so I started working from home, and I took the time to pretty much do everything that I've been procrastinating on because I didn't have the time. So
Mm-hmm.
I started a YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
And I was consistently every single day recording videos and recording content. I started a podcast. It hasn't
Mm-hmm.
launched yet, but I've been doing that behind the scenes, recording that, working out. I've
Mm-hmm.
been planting, I've been trying to grow like tomates and
Yo
green bell
también,
peppers.
sí, ya no confío en la tienda.
I tried, pero they died. It's 112 degrees
Oh,
outside.
yes.
So I've just been staying busy, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I've stayed away from Netflix and TV, and I've just been focusing on like building my businesses and working
Mm-hmm.
behind the scenes on all the other projects that I wanted to do.
Wow, that's awesome. That's great. Now that is using your time efficiently. Tell us, like, how do you do it? How do you stay motivated to use your time efficiently? Because a lot of us just want to sit down and just watch Netflix all day.
I set reminders, honestly. Like every morning, I have a reminder for myself, like, okay, in the afternoon, you need to do one YouTube channel, you need to do a podcast episode, and before you go to
Mm-hmm.
bed, do X, Y, and Z. So I set reminders for myself. But honestly, it's like FOMO, like fear of missing out. Like
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want the 2 or 3 months of quarantine to pass by and for me to say, dang, I could have used that time to start the
Mm-hmm.
podcast or the YouTube channel, and you didn't use that time to do it.
Yes.
So it was more like a fear or like a sense of urgency. Like, you need to do this. You need to, you use
Mm-hmm.
your time. So
Yes,
that's what
because
it
you
was.
are right. I mean, when this really doesn't happen often, you're not going to have, maybe hopefully not, another quarantine where this happens and you have time to focus on this kind of stuff. So that's great. I mean, everything you did, podcast, YouTube. I mean, did you write a little something else? Are we working on a new book here?
I haven't. I have a lot of ideas, but
Mm-hmm.
one thing that I'm so blessed is during this quarantine, a lot of people want to write books. They have the time
Mm-hmm.
now to sit down and write. So my business has really taken off. I'm coaching several different authors that want to publish their books. So I've just been busy, honestly.
Oh, awesome. Okay, so I'm going to say right here before I forget, because I see some questions popping up. Si tienen preguntas en español, las contestamos en español. English questions, we'll answer in English. I'll try to read them as they keep popping up so I don't miss any questions. But I do know that there were some questions for you before this even started, so I am excited. Right, so let's talk about your book. So like I said, author, mentor, speaker. You have 3 books that I saw. Am I correct?
I have
The
3
mm-hmm.
published books and 1 ebook. Yeah.
Oh, and they're the feathers. Oh, look, I have a new feature. Check it out. I have your books here. Well, the ones that I found, or well, that's is that one?
Yes, that was my first book. That was my second one. It's a children's book.
Oh, I'm covering the other one. And then, is this your last one?
Yes, it is.
This is the
This
first book you published.
this book. So I'll tell you a little backstory of how I got started. When I was 9 years old, I was always writing, and I
Mm-hmm.
told my parents when I was 9, when I grow up, I'm going to be a published author. This is what I'm going to do when I grow up. And I was very determined and clear on, I knew what I wanted. I told them I don't want to go through a traditional publishing company. I want to do it on my own. I want
Mm-hmm.
to have my own rights to my work. So I started writing that book when I was 9.
Oh,
And I
wow.
didn't get it published till I was 26,
Mm-hmm.
primarily because I didn't know how.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that book has poetry and short stories from anywhere between the age of 9 till about 25. So it's very special to me. Yeah.
That is amazing. At 9, you knew. Is that when you discovered your passion for, what was it, reading or writing that you liked a little bit more?
Both reading,
Hmm.
writing, and poetry for all 3 of them.
So I'm guessing English was your favorite subject at school.
Um, you know what? Is interesting enough, it wasn't. I can write really
Hmm.
well, but I cannot edit. My grammar is bad. Don't ask me to do any of that stuff. I usually hire someone or I have my
Hmm.
sister edit my stuff, but no, my favorite subject was like science.
Oh, nice. I did too. For a minute there, I thought I wanted to be a scientist. So I also I thought an astronaut, but then I found out you're in space for so many months, and I'm like, never mind.
Never mind.
So what was a book that when you were a child that you remember that you're like, man, you couldn't put the book down, you loved it?
I don't remember what the series was called, but the author's name is V.C. Andrews. And
Hmm.
she has like a bunch of books. It's like a series. And I think I read almost all of them when I was in like 7th grade. I probably should go pick it up. But yeah, they were so interesting to me, like all of her stories.
Any other book that got your attention while you were growing up?
That I can think of?
Hmm.
No, all of hers, honestly. And everybody was reading Harry Potter and things like that, which
Hmm.
is cool, but I
I
was
never got
more,
into Harry Potter, really.
me neither. I was more
Hmm.
interested in V.C. Andrews' books. Or
Oh,
like,
wow.
oh, the
Yeah.
Babysitter's Club books. Those are
Oh,
good.
I also read those. Yes. And you know which one? Indian in the Cupboard.
That
The
one
Indi-
was good too.
yes. Yeah, I even cried. I think that was a book that made me cry. Has a book ever made you cry?
I don't know. I don't think so.
No, you're not
Or,
that sentimental. I'm a chillona. I cry for everything.
you know what? Is that I read so many books. I read a
Hmm.
book a week. I try to read
A
once a
book a
week.
week.
So I read so many that I don't, no me acuerdo.
So do you prefer like The old traditional hard copies or the new style Kindles or the audiobooks?
I'll show you guys real quick.
Oh yes,
I
we got a
prefer,
tour.
yeah, I prefer the old style books. I
Yes.
love reading them that way.
Out of
Yeah.
those right there, do you have a favorite one?
My favorite book is Motivation Manifesto by Brendan Burchard.
Oh wow. I never even heard about that, but I love motivational books. I should definitely look into it.
It's really, really good.
Then you wrote that one that you said your first book from 9 years old to 23, right? That is a big period there. What happened? Were you always writing? Did you always want to pursue that dream, or did you go and to another career and come back? What happened?
I did. I started off my career in like administrative assistant, and I was doing
Mm-hmm.
some HR work. And honestly, it just, you apply for jobs and then you take them and then you grow in the company. But writing had always been a passion of mine. I was always working on that book, and I would always
Mm-hmm.
put it to the side because I didn't know how to publish it. But then I'd pick it back up and work on it some more. And so it
Mm-hmm.
took a period of like 17 years to
Mm-hmm.
publish it. But my vision was always the same. I've always, my whole life, everybody that talks to me is like, you've always talked about writing books since you were little. It just never
Mm-hmm.
went away.
Since you always told everybody, "Hey, I'm gonna write a book. I'm gonna write a book." Did anybody ever tell you, "Hey, you're crazy. Leave that aside and get a real job"?
Yeah, I've gotten that. I've gotten people that have said, you're not credible enough to write a book,
Wow.
or, they throw jabs, or you probably shouldn't do that. And
Hmm.
I did it anyways.
Yeah. How do
Yeah.
you, don't let that get to you?
It's been a passion of mine since I was little. So it's
Hmm.
like, it goes in one ear, it goes out the other.
Right? Just there's gonna be so many people that talk, and anybody that's listening, don't get discouraged because look, see, imagine if you would have listened to that person that said, "Don't do it." You would have never
I
published that book, and now you have three books. So then the next one after that, you publish that at 23, and it's a mixture of poems, a mixture of everything, and then comes the one that's the
in the sky.
feathers in the sky, the
Yeah.
cartoon book, right? That
Yes,
one's so cute.
it's a picture book. With that one, I published it about 2 years ago. I had this like intuition feeling that I needed to write a book, and I
Mhm.
didn't know about what, but I just kept paying attention to that feeling. And
Mhm.
then one day I was in my car and it just came to me. Like it just all came to me, and I had to pull over and I wrote the book like in my car.
What?
And
That fast?
yeah,
Wow.
I wrote the story, and the story's about, it's a story about me, but I included my niece in it. She's the main character, Juju. But
Mhm.
at the time, I was seeing a lot of feathers everywhere that I went. I would see
Mhm.
feathers stuck on my front door, near my car, like everywhere. And I
Mhm.
started to pay attention to that. And what I found out was that feathers are like your angels giving you messages. So I
Oh.
decided to write a story about that experience and what
Mhm.
the different feathers mean. And I included my niece in it. And it was a hit. Like it became a really good book. A lot of people enjoyed it. And
Mhm.
I love it. It's one of my favorite books.
Yes, and it's a 5-star Reader's Choice Award book.
Yes, it did get an award, and I'm so grateful for that. So, so grateful. And it teaches kids about mindfulness, just paying attention
Mhm.
to like their surroundings and paying attention to their intuition and what it has to tell them.
See, and that's crazy to me that you said you just pulled over and wrote the book. And then the book later on is a 5-star Reader's Choice Award.
Yeah.
And the first one, it took you so many years to actually do it.
Yeah.
Was that push from that first one that you actually did it? Was it easier for you to write that second book after that first one?
Oh, yeah, because I already knew what I had to do. I knew the steps that I needed to take to publish. I knew that I wanted to have a very successful book launch.
Mhm.
My first book, my book launch event, I had about 10 friends and family show up. And my second one, I had over 200 people show up. So
Wow.
it was like it was like progress, you know, you see
Mm-hmm.
yourself from when you started, and then you see the progress and how you're elevating yourself. And I'm so grateful for that book, because I was able to really take it up a notch with that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you took a risk there because you went from like the poems you said you were writing to animation
To children's, yeah.
to a totally different audience and
Yeah,
different style of book.
yeah.
So I'm
So
so glad that I received one and got you so many great feedback, 5-star choice, and then you said 200 people at that opening. That's amazing.
it
And then
was
how much time after that do you write this new one that you have?
I waited a year. So during the time that I launched Feathers in the Sky, I had
Mm-hmm.
three family members pass away from cancer, all within the same year. And at the same time, while they had passed away, I was going through my own health issues, and I was launching the book at the same time. So I was kind of numb and suppressing my feelings. So I took
Mm-hmm.
some time off. Like, I literally closed my business for 6 months to
Mm-hmm.
heal. And then I started writing my book. It took me about 3 months to write it. I would sit every single day consistently and write for an hour. And then I published it this year, April 17th. So
Wow. So what is that one about? Tell us a little bit about that new book that you wrote.
life is a beautiful journey. It's 15 ways to live a life full of joy and gratitude. And
Mm-hmm.
I go over 15 different ways that you can live a better life, such as having integrity, finding mentors, having a consistency in your business or in your personal life, you
Mm-hmm.
know, taking responsibility for your own actions and the things that happen in your life. There's just so many different topics that I talk about. But I was inspired to write this book when my family members passed away from cancer, because
Mm-hmm.
I realized we all of us go through different things. We all go through, trials, tribulations, just different situations that bring us down. But at the end of the day, regardless of what happened, I still had a smile on my face. I
Mm-hmm.
still was happy. I would wake up with so much joy. And I wanted to share that with people, like what I did to be able to overcome not only that, but like all of the other issues in my life. And so I go through the 15 steps, but then I
Mm-hmm.
also share very personal stories that I have gone through and what I did to overcome them.
Yeah, and I saw it had great reviews on Amazon as well.
Yes, it does. And I'm so grateful. But the very first day that I launched it, April 17th, last month,
Mm-hmm.
I hit Amazon's bestseller that day. So I think I sold over 100 copies that day.
Wow. I'm so excited every time, every book. It keeps getting better, better and better.
I know. So I'm like, okay, let's see what the next one is.
Después una pregunta dice, ¿cuál fue su mayor inspiración?
Para escribir el libro.
Mm-hmm.
My grandfather and my two uncles that passed away. Just, you know why? My uncle, his name was Gabi, and he passed
Mm-hmm.
away from cancer. And the day before he passed away, we were on the phone, and he was so excited and telling me about how he's gonna beat this cancer. And he was telling me about a soccer game, and I'm just like, you're in so much pain, but you're so happy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so he inspired me. My uncle, my grandfather inspired me, and that book is for them.
Oh, sí, that's awesome. Esa fue su mayor inspiración. Qué
Yeah.
lindo, qué buena pregunta. Okay. So yeah, now you because not only, do you write books, are you an author, but you are actually a mentor as well, and you help other people write books because it's not easy. But I think that we all have great ideas, and it would be awesome if we all wrote books. So how do we go along if we want to write a book?
I think the first thing is overcoming the fear, because
Mm-hmm.
all of us have fears and we're afraid of. Some of the things that I've heard is my writing good enough?
Mm-hmm.
Or can I even write? Like, I don't know how to write a book. Or what will people think of my book? All of these things go through your head. And I had those fears too, which is why it took me 17 years. So I think first is having a conversation with yourself of like, you know, maybe you don't know how to write a book, but that's why you hire someone, a coach, to help you in the process. And then B, it's just sitting down, honestly, and just starting. Just start to write the book. And whatever that looks like for you, if you just sit in front of a computer and just start getting your words out, or, you know, create an outline, like, okay, maybe these are the 10 topics I want to talk about. It's just taking action, because I see a lot of people that want to write a book and they wait 17 years to do it, you know? So don't be like me.
Don't wait, just do it, even though you have to pull to the side in the car and write the book there, because you know, you never know when it's going to be a good one. Let's say we're writing a book, we're writing down all the ideas, then we have to contact the editor and then maybe a publisher.
Yeah, so definitely, obviously you're the one writing the book, but sometimes you might need somebody to help you gather ideas or help you with the outline. You also need an editor. You do need to start the process of publishing and printing, so you might need to have a coach to help you with that. If you're good at event planning and doing a book launch, then great. But if not, then you might need to have somebody help you with that. There's just a lot of steps to it. You also have to market yourself online. I do all of my marketing and advertisement. I just learned as I go, you know, but there has been times where I've had to hire someone to help me or help me create graphics. So it's a process. You don't do it just by yourself. You know?
And do you help with that coaching as well?
Yes. So I coach aspiring authors on how to publish their books. And I actually just launched the Book Publishing Academy. And what I do is I coach authors. Basically, it just depends on their final goal. I can teach them how to just publish the book, or how to take it to that next level and create a business out of it, or take it to the next level and do what I'm doing, which is like speaking engagements and going on the radio and the news stations and creating tours out of it. And just, you know, the possibilities are endless, but it just depends on their ultimate goal. And then I can help them along the way.
Yes, and because I saw that on your website. So if you do, guys, if you do want to write a book, this is who you need to contact, Janine Hernandez, and you Google her, JanineHernandez.com, and that's where you can sign up, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Yes, and also for your newsletter, I saw that.
Yes, so I do a newsletter. I have an email list, and so I send out some cool stuff, and I update everyone on my YouTube videos. But yeah, and if you actually go on my page, like if you follow me on Instagram and you click on the link on my profile, you can contact me on there as well.
Yes, and if you need a mentor, if any of you guys are looking for a mentor, look, check this out, guys. We need a little bit of claps here. Let's clap for Janine. She was awarded in 2011, awarded the Mitch Akin Mentor of the Year for the New Pathways program. Nice, congratulations!
Thank you. That was an awesome program to be a part of.
How did it feel to get that award?
I was shocked, honestly. But it was a 9-month program where 30 mentors mentored 30 youth, like kids in Phoenix. And it was a 9-month program. We had to do a lot of different things mentally throughout the program, for not only for the kids to be able to get into a better mindset and to, you know, get off the streets and things like that. But the whole program, I did it myself, because at that time I had a lot of baggage. So I was doing the work with the kids. And that's why they chose me. They're like, you're the mentor of the year, because you not only helped the kids, but you helped yourself. Like, they saw a transformation in me. It was an amazing program.
Wow, that's nice. Yeah, I love those kind of programs too, when you get to help out the kids. And especially here, the ones in the valley, you know, I believe definitely if we can hit that, you know, youth before they grow and get some other crazy ideas, like, we can really change the world.
For real.
A little bit at a time. And you say you do have a coaching program that says you have a 30-minute call, right? Where they can call you and talk to you for 30 minutes?
Yeah, so I do a 30-minute consultation. So anyone that's interested in writing a book or publishing a book, or they just maybe have questions and don't know, where they should go with it. You can set up a 30-minute call through my profile, and it'll ask them a series of questions. They'll, do the calendar invite with me, and then I will call them, and then we kind of go from there to see what the next step is.
Nice. Yes. I might give you a call and write a book. Maybe I'm gonna write a book. I think that should be a little on the list. So I'm gonna give you a call, that 30-minute consultation. But not only do you write books, give me the tea, girl. You make some tea, JJ and Sons Tea.
Yeah, so I don't make it. I have a distributor. It's through White Lion, but my tea line is called JJ and Sons Tea, and it stands for Janine and Jamil. Jamil is my son. Tea company, and I wanted it to be generational. Like I'm leaving a legacy for him, something that I can leave for him and his children. And each tea, I have a variety of different teas: black teas, white teas, green teas. Some are organic, some are not. But each tea represents something different, like joy and gratitude and love. And so it's just a very zen vibe. I always thought that drinking tea and reading a book kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah.
So I figured, why not make some money off of it? So that's how I started it.
That's perfect. And where do you have a tea shop here in the Valley, or where can we get JJ and Sons Tea?
So right now it would be through me. I don't have an actual shop, but it is just virtually online. You can follow JJ Sons Tea on Instagram, or you could DM me and I can send you some information.
Nice. I love tea. I'm going to see and get me some tea as well. And then you said somebody did ask one of the questions. It said, favorite sport.
Baseball.
Baseball, girl. And then I smiled because you did send me a message. Hey, I love baseball. So who's your favorite baseball team?
So I've always been a Yankee fan because I'm from New Jersey. But I can't say that I actually have a team. So now that I live in Arizona, I will go to the Diamondback games and I wear my little Diamondback shirt. But I can't say that I'm 100% a Diamondback fan. I feel like I am being a traitor to the Yankees. So I kind of just stay neutral. And I don't really care which team is playing. I just love it. Like, I will go to a little sports bar and watch it on the TV, or I like going to the stadium.
Do you have a favorite player?
No, I don't. No.
No, you just like watching it.
I just love watching it, yeah.
There it is. A Yankee who slowly is turning into a Diamondback fan. Let's say that.
Maybe.
Hopefully, maybe when the season returns, I can take you to a game and show you another side of the Diamondbacks, and it'll be fun.
I would love to.
Yeah, there's so much stuff to do in the stadium. They have the rooftop, it opens up, and then there's like a little passageway that you can walk through there, and then there's the bars inside of there. Like you said, you like to go there. No, so it's fun. There's a lot of stuff there. I used to work there, so I know all the nice spots in the field. There's actually also a bar and a restaurant underneath home plate at the Diamondbacks field, so I don't know if you've been there.
I've been there. It's like red inside. It's super cool.
Yes, it's nice. Yeah, see? So you'll like it. Yeah, what does this one say? Es de las mías, puro D-bags. Así es. Puro D-bags.
Maybe I'm a D-bag fan. I don't know. But I had the opportunity last year. I went to the Chicago Cubs, Wrigley Field. That was amazing. That was an amazing experience because it's an older field. Yeah, it's smaller. It's so much smaller, but you go there and you just feel like, okay, this is really cool.
Right? Yes. So to even get to that game, it's so hard because I feel like everybody in Chicago already has a ticket to go to that game. And then you go in there, it's so loud. Everyone's wearing blue. I went to a Diamondbacks Cubs game. I was the only one wearing my Sedona red. It said Arizona. Everybody's like, hey, you should the gift shop is right there, lady. But it was amazing. Like you said, it's that history, Wrigley Field, it's that history. I got goosebumps walking in. It's amazing.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna play this game here now, Janine. Oh, let's see, Panama in the house. Oh, look, Saludos a Panama, saludos a Panama. I got these giant Uno cards.
Okay.
So now we're going to pick one, and then let's see which one you get. You got to pick Uno.
That one. Back. That one.
This one?
Yeah.
All right. This one says +4. Okay, so if you had to be quarantined in a house with 4 people, who would it be? It can be celebrities, it can be famous authors, it can be Obama, whoever.
Let's see. My son, obviously. I would pick my family, my sister, my brother, and my mom.
Good quarantine, yes. Now that we know, now that we know what we need for quarantine, we're gonna be more prepared. What are some things that you would buy for next quarantine that you weren't prepared this time?
Nail polish remover.
Girl, me too.
I was
The
struggling.
struggle.
I had ¿cómo se dice? The gel nail polish.
Sí.
And I only had like a little bit of acetone, so I had to like make it work. It was difficult. So definitely acetone and nail polish remover.
Yes, me too. I had to do my own pedicure, my own manicure. I was like, oh, I'm struggling over here, struggling. All right, so I have a little exercise that we're gonna write a story together, girl.
Okay.
Together. It's gonna be fun because we're gonna write a book here. So we're gonna teach everybody that you can get an idea at any time. So I'm going to need 5 adjectives. Let's see. Yes. Yeah, you guys can help too. 5 adjectives. 5 palabras que describan algunos adjetivos. ¿Se dice adjetivos?
Let's see. Azul.
Azul.
Frío. Cold. Hot. Calor.
¿Qué más?
Red.
¿Qué más? Red.
And vibrant. Is that adjective?
Vibrant.
Let's see. Brown. I don't know.
All right. I think yeah, okay. So then we'll do this one. Okay. Adjective. 2 celebrities.
J-Lo.
I love J-Lo.
J-Lo and A-Rod. Let's pick both.
I love A-Rod. 2 places.
Places. New Jersey. And let's say Chicago.
And Chicago. And 5 verbs.
Are we playing Mad Libs?
I don't know. No, I made this up.
Let's see. Running.
Running.
Dancing.
Okay.
Cooking.
Cooking. I think 2 more.
Painting.
Painting. And writing. Okay. And then I saw a question here that says, ¿Cómo describías la vida en pocas palabras? How would you describe life in few words?
Beautiful. It's beautiful. All of it. The good, the bad, lo bueno, lo malo, all of it is beautiful. I'm grateful to be alive.
Así es, hermosa. Okay, let's see what we wrote here. Let's see.
It's gonna be a bestseller.
Let's see what we wrote. In the very azul town of New Jersey lived J-Lo, who loved to run, who loved running. One day, J-Lo woke up and realized she could no longer dance. Oh, things got interesting. She could no longer dance, but instead could suddenly cook. With this newfound talent, J-Lo pursued this frío passion, painting to pack everything, and moved to Chicago, where J-Lo can now pursue her dreams of pairing up with A-Rod, writing together. Red and vibrant was what, no, hot and red was what described this new vibrant sensation.
I love it. It's a
It
Spanglish
wasn't that
story.
bad. It was a Spanglish story
I like it. So
about J-Lo who couldn't dance and now could cook
yeah,
and had a new vibrant pair with A-Rod.
I like it.
Hey, see? A little bit of everything.
I like that.
I was like, we gotta do the five verbs. So Latina woman, entrepreneur, author, mentor, speaker. How does it feel?
It feels good. It feels amazing, but I feel like I'm just getting started. I feel like there's so much more that I still need to do, and
Hmm.
I can't wait, you know?
What are some next things that are coming in your future?
I definitely want to take my book publishing academy to the next level. I'm going to start coaching people online and doing group coaching. I want to take all of my authors on tour. I want to be able to no longer depend on other, like a company, a 9 to 5, and be able to do this 100% on my own. And
Hmm.
I mean, what you speak into existence, it happens. And so right now the contract that I'm working for ends in 2 weeks, so
Hmm.
I'm super blessed. A lot of people would be scared during this quarantine to lose a job, but I'm excited because I'm just ready. I'm ready to take this to that next level. I want to speak internationally. I want to be on stage with Michelle Obama. I want to be on the Steve Harvey show. There's just so much more that I need to do.
Well, we're excited. When you meet Michelle Obama, say hi.
I
Call
will.
me. Call me. I'll
I
go
will.
with you if you need an assistant.
I
I
will.
read this question here. It says, ¿Tu libro cómo lo describirías para uno animarse a leerlo? How would you describe your book so that people can read it?
El libro se trata de que nosotros todos vivimos una vida que algunas veces vamos a tener diferentes problemas. A lo mejor alguien se va a morir o ser miembros de la familia, o vamos a tener situaciones donde a lo mejor, how do you say, break up,
Ujú.
nos separamos,
Rompes, ajá, se separan. Ujú.
se separan, o diferentes cosas que pasan en la vida. Y este libro es para todas las personas que tienen cosas en la vida y ellos quieren superarse. Y entonces yo lo que hago es que les doy 15 diferentes temas de cómo vivir una vida mejor, una vida con una sonrisa cada día, cómo vivir una vida de que uno se levanta todos los días y dice, wow, estoy muy feliz. Aunque tengo todos estos problemas que todo el mundo tiene, todavía estoy feliz. De eso se trata el libro.
No, pues sí, entonces todos necesitamos realmente leer este libro porque de eso se trata la vida, de ser feliz, porque si no eres feliz, o sea, ¿quién quiere vivir una vida triste, no? O sea, ¿quién? Por eso yo he hecho varios cambios en mi vida porque pues no era feliz y por eso es de seguir tu pasión, seguir tu felicidad y de leer este libro de Janine Hernandez. Janine, ¿algún día piensas que vas a escribir un libro en español quizás?
Sí, maybe.
Ah,
Mi primer libro con los poemas, tengo
ujú,
algunos que están en español.
ujú,
Y el libro de los niños ya me lo han pedido en español, so quizás un día lo hago. Pero sí,
ujú.
sí me gustaría escribir algo en español para mi familia colombiana.
Sí, no, para que allá los de Colombia también puedan leer tu libro. ¡Qué emoción! Bueno, ¿algún consejo que le darías a esas muchachas, mujeres latinas que quieren, pues quieren escribir libro, pero tienen un poco de miedo?
Si tienen miedo, todos tenemos miedo. Es okay. Hasta yo, la semana antes de yo sacar mi libro, el último libro, tenía muchos nervios. Yo tenía
Ujú.
nervios, estaba llorando, like, oh my God, estoy lista, yo no estoy lista. Tenía ansiedad. Todo el mundo tiene esos sentimientos, pero lo que es, how do you say, the important thing is to just do it.
Lo importante es nomás hacerlo.
Yeah,
Ujú.
tienes miedo, hágalo todavía.
Es aventarte. Ujú,
Yeah, like, ¿qué es lo más malo que va a pasar? Nada,
ujú.
like, you know. Y si alguien tiene un comentario sobre tu libro, like, usualmente esa gente no tienen libros, no hacen nada, so, ¿para qué
O ya lo
escuchar?
leyó, por eso tiene el comentario ese.
Yeah, I know, so, like, todo el mundo tiene miedo, pero just do it.
Ujú. El no ya lo tienes, ahora ve por el sí. No tienes nada, nada que perder. Dice aquí, dice uno, suena inspirador el libro, gracias. Mira, ahí está Only the Strong, puro amor.
Muchas gracias.
Dice, creo que en español sí, sí vale la pena. Sí, sí debería. Estamos emocionados si este es un libro en español. Yes, if Janine writes a book in Spanish, we are very excited.
You know what? That's not a bad idea because it's a
Mhm.
whole new market. Like it's a
Yes.
whole like es mucha gente hispana in Arizona, in Miami, in
Mhm.
New Jersey, and
En
so in
Colombia.
Colombia,
Mhm.
Mexico. So yeah, maybe lo voy a hacer.
Sí, mira, aquí tienes a tu prima, creo que eres la
Hi,
mejor
Vanessa.
prima.
Esa es mi prima. Yeah.
¿Qué son tres cosas que has aprendido tú de ser escritora? What are three things that you have learned from being an author?
Good question that I have learned. You don't have to know everything.
Mhm.
Y eso no es excusa. Like not knowing everything is not an excuse to not start, to
Mhm.
not do something. What else have I learned? I've learned that I'm really good at writing, but I'm not good at my spelling and my grammar. And that's why I am okay with having an editor do that for me.
Mhm.
Another thing that's very, very important that I've learned is sometimes you need to hire professionals to help you with things. So
Mhm.
I have several coaches that mentor me and teach me things. I had a coach to teach me how to speak. I had a coach teach me how to do my finances, like all my business finances.
Mhm.
I had a coach teach me how to like just business in general. I just hired a coach last week. I had a coaching call with her name was Victoria Jen, and she helped me with a couple of different things. And so you can't assume that you know everything, and it's okay to say I don't know everything. Let me hire someone to help me with that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes, see that's great. Who out of and you are a mentor yourself. Some people think like, oh, she's a mentor, she doesn't need mentors, you
No,
know?
I need it. We
I
all
feel
need
like
it.
yes, we all do, and it's you take the good, and if you can, get yourself some virtual mentors, and see what they do and what works for them. But get yourself some sort of mentor, some sort that you can look up to somebody, and especially in that field or in that passion that which you are trying to achieve and make your career out of.
Yeah, I agree.
Entonces, necesitamos más
Inspiradora.
inspiradoras en español. Ahí está, ¿ves? Para que te animes, Janine. And thank you so much for joining my IG Live today and, talking a little bit with me about, where you come from so that people can meet Janine Hernandez.
Muchas gracias. I'm so grateful that you had me on here tonight, and that we were able to connect. And I can't wait for baseball to start because we're gonna hook up and go to the stadium.
Yes, hopefully they let fans in and we'll go and I'll take you to the game because you are going to be a D-backs fan.
Yes. Okay. I'll get a shirt.
Yes. Thank you so much. And we can't wait to, read more about your new books and your new projects, podcasts, YouTube. Send me all the links. I want to watch them all.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much. I appreciate
Thanks.
you. Bye.